Let me tell you something that most people won't say out loud. You're not broke because life is unfair. You're broke because you keep making the same decisions that keep you there. Harsh? Maybe. True? Absolutely. And the sooner you face it, the sooner you can escape it. You scroll past success every single day. You see people leveling up, breaking out, building lives that you wish you had. And instead of learning from them, you envy them, you mock them, you call it luck. You say things like, must be nice, instead of asking, how did they do it? That mindset, that reflex to deflect responsibility, is why you're still broke. You think your problem is money, but it's not. Your problem is your relationship with it. You spend like you're rich, save like you're poor, and think like a victim. You buy what you want and beg for what you need. You reward yourself before you've even earned anything. You chase appearance over substance. You've made comfort your God, and you're paying for it in silence. Let's get brutally honest. How many times have you said, I just need a better job. Once I make more, I'll start saving. I'll start budgeting next month. Lies, excuses, delays dressed as plans. You've built a lifestyle around survival, not strategy. You wait for a raise, but never raise your skill set. You wait for opportunities, but never prepare. You say you want more, but your actions scream otherwise. And here's a truth that stings. You've normalized being broke. You joke about it. You post memes about it. You bond with other broke people over it. You wear it like a badge of identity. We broke, but we good. No, you're not good. You're stuck. Being broke isn't just about the numbers in your bank account. It's about the beliefs in your mind. Broke isn't financial. It's mental, emotional, spiritual. Broke thinking leads to broke living. You chase fast money and avoid hard work. You chase quick wins and ignore long-term growth. You blame the economy, your boss, your past, but not once do you hold yourself accountable in the mirror. Let me ask you something, and I want you to answer honestly. If I looked at your calendar and your bank statement, would I see a person building wealth or a person escaping reality? Would I see plans or procrastination? And let's talk about your circle. Are you surrounded by winners or whiners? Are your friends pushing you or pacifying you? Some of you are broke because you're loyal to lazy people, and they love you broke because it makes them feel better about not trying. If you ever try to break out, they'll guilt you into staying small. So now, look at your life and ask yourself, what are you doing daily that's keeping you in this loop of lack? Because until you face it, you can't fix it. And if you won't fix it, you will stay broke. Not because you have to, but because you chose to. Number 1, broke mindset versus wealth mindset. Being broke isn't always your fault. Life can knock you down. But staying broke because of a broke mindset, that's on you. A broke mindset sees spending as pleasure and saving as punishment. It wants to look rich for strangers while staying poor in reality. It chases dopamine through purchases and comfort through impulse. But a wealth mindset? It values control. It finds satisfaction in purpose, not purchases. It's not flashy. It's focused. It delays gratification to build real freedom. Broke minds say, I can't afford to wait. Wealth minds say, I can't afford to waste. And here's the truth. You don't rise by spending. You rise by investing. You don't gain power by consuming. You gain it by choosing. If your habits are built on emotion, your bank account will suffer. Shift it now. Ask yourself, am I buying relief or building wealth? Do my habits reflect growth or guilt? Stop thinking like a spender. Start moving like a builder. Number 2, financial ignorance is expensive. You weren't born knowing how to walk or talk. You learned through repetition, failure, and effort. So why do you treat money like it's some mystery you'll never be good at? That excuse is keeping you broke, not your circumstances. Let's get real. In a world where knowledge is free and everywhere, choosing to stay financially illiterate is not bad luck. It's a decision. You spend hours on your phone scrolling through content that adds nothing to your life, but claim you're too busy to learn about budgeting, saving, credit scores, investing, or taxes. You plan your weekends down to the detail, but have no idea where your money went last month. That's not by accident. That's neglect. You say money stresses me out, but you don't understand how it works. Of course it stresses you out. Imagine trying to drive a car without learning how to steer. The problem isn't money, it's your refusal to master it. People with half your experience and less education are creating wealth, not because they're lucky, but because they're willing to learn what you avoid. Ignorance might be comfortable, but it's costing you thousands. Every unchecked fee, every poor decision, every missed opportunity, that's the price of staying uninformed. Take these actions like set one goal this week. Pick up a book on personal finance. Track every dollar you spend. Watch one video about debt or investing. Start asking questions. Learn how compound interest works. Learn the rules so you can stop being ruled by them. You don't need perfection. You need progress. You don't need a finance degree. You need hunger and discipline. Your ignorance is expensive. Your education is freedom. Number 3, your habits are keeping you poor. Let's stop pretending it's always bad luck. Often it's just bad habits. You eat out 5 times a week and wonder where your money goes. You subscribe to 10 different services, half of which you forgot you even had. You impulse buy on payday and panic by the 20th. Living paycheck to paycheck isn't always a crisis. It's a pattern, a routine. And routines are choices repeated. Broke doesn't always come from poverty. Sometimes it comes from comfort. Discipline doesn't mean deprivation. It means direction. Every dollar has a job, and if you don't give it one, it'll find a way to disappear. Your bank account isn't a mystery. It's a mirror. You're not stuck because of what you make. You're stuck because of how you spend. You treat every small expense like no big deal, but they add up. A coffee here, a delivery fee there, death by 1,000 swipes. It's not about never enjoying life. It's about respecting your future enough to stop sabotaging it daily. Ask yourself, what are the daily decisions silently stealing your wealth? What habits do you defend that are actually destroying your growth? Number 4, you make excuses, not adjustments. Let's be blunt. Your schedule isn't the problem. Your priorities are. You say, I don't have time, but your screen time report says otherwise. You say, I'm too tired, but somehow have energy to binge shows or scroll into the night. You say, I'll start next week, but next week turns into next year. If your goals were emergencies, you'd make time. You don't lack hours, you lack urgency. Growth doesn't come from comfort, it comes from commitment. Money follows value, and value follows effort. You want more income? Increase your impact. Learn more, do more, become more. No one's coming to hand you success. You have to demand it from yourself. Excuses are just stories you tell to justify staying the same. But nothing changes if nothing changes. Remember, if you're too busy to build your dreams, don't be surprised when you're stuck renting your life, month after month, year after year. Number 5, you're surrounded by the wrong people. Look around. Who claps when you grow? Who stays silent when you win? Sometimes the reason you're stuck isn't your drive, it's your environment. Some of your so-called friends, they like you broke. It makes them feel better about their own lack of ambition. They don't want to compete with your potential. So they distract you, mock your hustle, and throw shade on your dreams. You joke around with them, but deep down, you know, these people aren't pushing you forward. They're anchoring you. Comfort zones are crowded. Growth requires distance. You can't soar with eagles while sitting with pigeons. You need people who challenge you, not just cheer you. People who make you uncomfortable, in the best way. Not everyone deserves access to your energy, especially if they waste it. Ask yourself, are the people around you watering your fire or drowning it? Are you loyal to friendship or to your future? Number 6, you don't value time. Time is the currency of the wealthy. Broke people act like they've got forever. They scroll endlessly, binge mindlessly, and delay relentlessly. Every just 5 more minutes is a withdrawal from your future. You say you want change, but your hours don't prove it. The wealthy, they measure their time, they guard it, they spend it with purpose. Why? Because money comes and goes. Time only goes. You can recover from debt, but not from wasted years. Your time is your most valuable asset, and you treat it like spare change. If your calendar had a bank balance, would it be growing or empty? You want success? Then respect the minutes, track them, own them, maximize them. Because what you do with your time today determines what kind of freedom you'll have tomorrow. So, stop clocking out on your goals. Start clocking in with intention. Time wasted is opportunity lost forever. Number 7, you avoid pain and responsibility. Let's get brutally honest. Building wealth isn't comfortable. It's not soft. It's not easy. It's war. And some of you keep losing because you refuse to show up for battle. You avoid anything that hurts, so you avoid everything that helps. You hide from responsibility like it's punishment. You want ease, not effort. But wealth lives on the other side of pressure. Pain is the price of progress. Discipline stings now, but builds freedom later. Comfort feels good, but robs your future. Every time you dodge difficulty, you delay growth. And if you keep escaping the small struggle today, life will hand you a bigger one tomorrow. You can't get strong without stress. You can't build a future without carrying weight. Ask yourself, what are you running from that you should be running toward? What pain are you avoiding that's costing you your breakthrough? Let's end with truth, not comfort. You're broke because of decisions you keep making, because you refuse to outgrow your excuses, because you'd rather protect your pride than build your power, because you hang around people who are comfortable watching you lose. So ask yourself, are you broke or just undisciplined? Are you stuck or just lazy? Are you unlucky or just unprepared? What are you willing to suffer now to stop suffering later? Who do you need to walk away from to finally move forward? This isn't about shame. It's about ownership. You don't get rich by accident. You get rich by design, by sacrifice, by facing the mirror and saying, I'm done being broke. So what's it going to be? Another year of excuses or your first year of elevation? The choice is yours.